Howdy, and welcome to the CryptoCrunch, where we analyze the numbers behind the cryptosphere. We crunch numbers because you never know where they will take you, and because properly crunched numbers never lie. I'm your host, Brian McLaughlin. This week on the CryptoCrunch, we fulfill a request made by a viewer. He asked that we take a look at the cloud mining site minegate.org. We will try to answer the question of whether or not this is a crypto Ponzi scheme, and we will analyze MineGate using the information we learned in our last video about the failed crypto Ponzi scheme Metizer. MineGate gives you 50 free gigahashes, or a $4.50 value, for signing up, and promises a return on investment within 120 days. They claim that they have been working as a local group since 2012 and that on September 3rd they opened investment to the public, making them live to the public for 219 days as of April 9th, 2017. With that being said, let's get down to brass tacks and crunch some crypto. During our Metizer investigation, we found that the investment returns they listed for each time period did not add up, and that there was actually 5 missing days. Let's use the free 50 gigahashes from MineGate to see if it has the same issue. Here you can see that they break down your earnings by the day, week, month, 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, and 1 year. They calculate their month as having 30 days, and they calculate their year as to having 12.167 months. This gives a total of 365.001 days per year. Now, how long is 0.001 days? Turns out it is 1.44 minutes. Now, how much Bitcoin is that per year? It's not much, just 2.5 Satoshi every year. Now let's go back to the amount of minutes that we talked about earlier, which is 1.44 minutes. Now throughout my life, there have been many numbers that stick out to me for various reasons when I see them. One of which is 144. Now 144 is 12 squared, or as I like to say, a dozen. The term that refers to any group of 144 items is gross. Anytime I see a gross, whether it is 144,000 or 1.44, it always makes me take notice. Now, when we finished the Metizer autopsy, we learned that it was live for approximately 1.5 ROI cycles. When I made the video, I was lazy, and I only put approximately 1.5 ROI cycles. Had I actually done the calculations and shown you the math on the screen, you would have seen the exact result of the final answer to be 1.44 ROI cycles. Now, both websites have a gross within their calculations. Metizer with 1.44 ROI cycles, and now MineGate with the 1.44 minutes. Does this mean that MineGate is a Ponzi scheme? No, we can't determine that based solely on this piece of evidence. Now, should we calculate the ROI of MineGate and then apply the 1.44 ROI cycles to it? Absolutely. Now, if we had purchased the 50 gigahash plan, then it would have cost $4.50. There are several ways that you can calculate how we get that $4.50 back, but in the end, they all add up to 150 days. Now, unfortunately, you won't be getting your money in 150 days because they have a minimum withdrawal amount of 0.005 Bitcoin. So how long does it take for you to earn 0.005 Bitcoin? Now, using the chart from above, we can calculate that it will take 200 days or 6.66 months, to make it to the withdrawal threshold. This is quite a bit longer than the 150 days to make ROI that we originally calculated. Now, since we had to calculate the withdrawal threshold in Bitcoin and not dollars, it made me realize that gigahashes can only be purchased in Bitcoin, so then we should be calculating our ROI in Bitcoin and not dollars. So first, let's figure out what Bitcoin price they're using to determine these mining rewards. Now, if we take the figure for 120 days, which is 0.003 Bitcoin that they tell us is worth $3.60, we're going to use that to figure out how much they say 1 Bitcoin is worth. Now let's start by dividing both sides by 3. This leaves 1/100th of a Bitcoin equal to $1.20. If we multiply both sides by 1,000, we will find that they have a Bitcoin priced at $1,200 at the time that I pulled this data. Now you can get the 50 gigahash contract for 0.00384,215 Bitcoin, and that was at a rate of $1,171.22. Now, we discover after doing the calculations that it takes a total of 153.686 days to get back the 0.00384,215 Bitcoin originally invested. Now this gives a daily ROI of 0.6506773551%. Metizer had a daily ROI of 2%, giving it a total of 3.0737200001 times greater daily ROI. Now if we take that number and multiply it by the lifespan of Metizer, we get 221.30784 days. And if we take MineGate's days per ROI cycle and multiply that by Metizer's 1.44 ROI cycles per lifespan, then you get 221 days, 0.30748 at the end too, but it's the exact same number. So MineGate started on September 3rd, 2016 and is still running on this, the 9th day of April in 2017. So that makes 219 days of operation. Now if you take away 219 from the projected live days, you'll get 2.30784 days, which is approximately Tuesday, April 11th, 2017. Wow, now that's soon. And maybe this is not even accurate. Maybe the site's not going to die in 2 days. This analysis was for the 50 gigahash contract, which means it was 9 cents per gigahash. Now they have 3 other contract levels that each give increasing discounts for the investment. So let's take a look at their numbers and see where they take us. Here are the returns for the 1,200 gigahash contract. It took 0.08196,581 Bitcoin to make this purchase. And when we do the calculations, we find that it takes 136.6097 days to earn back that initial Bitcoin. This gives a daily ROI of 0.73201244113%. Now Metizer, of course, had the daily ROI of 2%, giving it a 2.732193999 times greater daily ROI. Now if we take that number and multiply it by the lifespan of Metizer, we get 196.71797 days. If we take MineGate's days per ROI cycle and multiply that by Metizer's 1.44 ROI cycles per lifespan, then we get 196.71797 days per life. The exact same amount again. Now, we know MineGate's been alive for 219 days. If you take away 219 from the projected live days, you get negative 22.28203 days, which is approximately Friday, March 17th, 2017. MineGate's still up, so apparently this is not accurate. Now let's take a look at the next package, which is 7,200 gigahashes. It took 0.43030252 Bitcoin to make this purchase. And when we look at the calculations, we find that it takes 119.52847 days to earn back the initial Bitcoin. That gives us an ROI, daily ROI, of 0.8366207,649. Of course, Metizer had a daily ROI of 2%, giving it a 2.3905694 times greater daily ROI percentage. Now, if we take that number, multiply it by the lifespan of Metizer, we get 172.1209968 days. If we take MineGate's days per ROI cycle, multiply that by Metizer's 1.44 ROI cycles per lifespan, then we get 172.1209968 days per life. Again, it's the exact same amount. Now, we already know that MineGate's been alive for 219 days. If you take away the projected days from the 219, you'll end up with negative 46.879 days, which is approximately Friday, February 24th, 2017. Now, obviously, MineGate is still up and running, so this prediction would have been wrong and totally inaccurate. So let's take a look at the next package, which is 14,000 gigahash. It took 0.71696825 Bitcoin to make this purchase. When we do the calculations, we find that it takes 102.424036 days to earn back your initial 0.71696825 Bitcoin. And this gives a daily ROI of 0.9763333286. Now, Metizer, of course, had a 2% daily ROI, giving it a 2.0484807 times greater daily ROI. And we take that number, we multiply it by the lifespan of Metizer, and we get 147.4906104 days. If we take MineGate's days per ROI cycle, multiply it by Metizer's 1.44 ROI cycles per lifespan, and we get 147.49061184 days. Now, it's very, very close, very close. So, of course, we know it's been up and running for 219 days. You take away the days here, and you're left with negative 71.50939 days, or approximately Wednesday, January 11th, 2017. Again, this would have been an inaccurate prediction of the downfall of MineGate because it is up and running. So now the big question is, will MineGate.org crash on or near April 11th? So as I looked through everything, first I thought, let me list the dates that each package predicted as the end date for MineGate. Now, here are some dates that MineGate has on their site listed as significant in their short history. Now, here are both lists side by side for comparison. January 11th was the prediction from the 14,000 gigahash. The site didn't fail. But 6 days later, on January 17th, the site gets a facelift. March 17th was the prediction from the 1200 gigahash package. The site obviously didn't fail. But 6 days later, the site comes down for a 3-hour maintenance. Now, does this mean they had to do something within 6 days each time to keep the site going? If so, then the predicted April 11th from the 50 gigahash might need to have 6 days added to it as well, giving us a new date of April 17th. I joined Mindgate.org on March 26th and received the 50 free gigahashes. I don't know if this prediction of Mindgate's closure occurring between April 11th and April 17th is correct, but I do know that I will not make it another 186 days to get my free 0.005 Bitcoin. This site will probably be long gone by then. Well, that brings this episode of CryptoCrunch to its end. If you have a crypto Ponzi scheme whose numbers you would like me to crunch, please leave a comment. And if you like this video, please give a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, please give a thumbs down and let me know in the comments how I can make my future videos better. Until the next video, we'll keep crunching crypto because properly crunched numbers never lie.